Welcome to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I'm your host, Stacey Geisel, self-mastery coach and mentor. The mission of Evolve Beyond Limits is simple. Fall in love with your life and change the world in the process. And each episode of this podcast is dedicated to helping you do just that. It's designed to bring you one step closer to an aha moment that could completely transform your life so that you can keep evolving into your fullest potential. The reality is how you show up in the world matters, and I don't want you to waste another second living a life that doesn't light your soul on fire. So let's have some fun. Hello. Welcome back to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. This is your host, Stacey Geisel, and I'm so excited to talk to you about the fifth and final type of human design today, which is the reflector. So reflectors they make up only 1% of the population. So they are the rarest of all the types when it comes to human design. And I personally think I've met a lot of kids who are reflectors. And this is kind of a Stacey thing, meaning that you won't find this in a book. But I believe that reflectors, there's going to start to be more of them. I believe that once you hear what the reflector is here to do, you'll see that we have not been ready for reflectors. And now as our awareness is becoming more expansive, we're able to really understand and appreciate the gift that the reflector brings. So reflectors, they are quite literally the mirrors to reflect our environment back to us. Meaning, if you're in the presence of a reflector and the reflector is happy, then their environment is a healthy environment. If a reflector is unhappy, then their environment is unhealthy. So that's what reflectors are here to do. They are here to show us and reflect back to us the environment that they're in. So being a reflector is interesting because they have a completely open, there's no defined centers in their chart. And so they're very open to their surroundings, conditioning them, which is why they're able to reflect it back to us. So if you're a reflector, reflectors have to wait to make decisions. Their strategy is actually that they're designed to wait an entire moon cycle, which is 28, 29 days before making a decision. And the reason for this is because they take on so much of the other people's energy from around them that they need time for clarity. And for them to find clarity, it's going to be really important for them to have people around them that are consistent, that they feel happy around, that can give them opinions. And they are able to go and take all of these different opinions, sit with it. And once clarity strikes, then they can go ahead and move forward. They don't have to wait any longer after the 29 days once they're clear, but they are designed to feel their way through the entire moon cycle. If you are a reflector or you know a reflector, learning about and really embracing the moon cycle and how it reflects you and can be really, really important. Knowing that when the moon is in certain places, that how you feel and how your emotions are and what's going on within you can be really powerful. So reflectors they have gifts and they have challenges just like all the rest of us types. And their gifts are that they are so flexible and adaptable to their environments because they're open. They're open to just about anything. So as long as they're happy, they can really adapt to any environment. They tend to be very talkative because they're always working things out within them. They're passionate about the life that they live. They see the potential in others. That's the big thing. It's not uncommon to see reflectors in things like humanitarian efforts, because what they're doing is they see what's possible in the world, and they're really here to bring us back together and to help unify us as a whole. And so anything that they can do in that line of work is going to feel very fulfilling to them. They're also very connected to nature. And we already spoke about this one, but they're being a mirror of their environment is really powerful. And they're compassionate. They're so loving. It's my niece is a reflector. And since she was a little girl, she has just been the most compassionate human being. She wanted to rescue all of the old animals, all the old dogs that are on their last leg that nobody wants, so that they could be loved for their final moments in life. And that right there is a reflector. They see humanity as a whole. They see not just humanity, they see all of nature and everything just as it is, which is it's all one. And they see that and they feel that it's a soul thing for them. So this comes with its fair share of challenges. So reflectors, obviously, they need a lot of time to make decisions and get clarity. And so if you have a reflector in your life, it's likely that they are terrified to make decisions, or they really struggle with it because they're designed to need time to do so. And for a reflector, one of the worst things they can do is be rushed into a decision, because they often end up disappointed if they do that. Reflectors are going to thrive on consistency. They're going to thrive on having consistent people around them, probably consistent environments. Again, just making sure as long as the environment is healthy and they are happy, then that consistency is going to be something that's really powerful. And it can be a challenge to try to find that consistency in their lives. They are very heavily impacted by their environment and what is happening in the world. So any type of world crisis, anything that is going on that is unfortunate, they are going to feel that, and they are going to feel it with their whole soul. So they have to be very cautious as to what they're taking on and what they're exposing themselves to, because it just doesn't make sense to them. Another example, my niece, we were walking through downtown Detroit, and we passed a lot of homeless people, and she just couldn't grasp that some people live like that, or that they have to live like that, or that there's some people who are doing so well and they're not. And that is just that's the reality, is that they don't understand it because, quite frankly, it doesn't make sense. Right? We all have this ability to live as in this form of unity. And so anything that's breaking that unity or putting people above other people or whatever that looks like is going to crush them in a way, which leads to another challenge, which is just that they're highly sensitive. And if you have a reflector in your life, don't take that away from them. Don't try to convince them that that's not a good thing, because their sensitivity is what is going to change the world. They just have to learn what is theirs and what's not, and that they can't, to be able to protect themselves, but not put themselves in a bubble and shield themselves from being sensitive, because it's one of their greatest gifts. And of course, with our greatest gifts often come our biggest challenges. So their last one, so they're not self-theme. We've learned about these with the other types. Theirs is disappointment. They are often disappointed when people don't live up to their potential. Because again, if you go back to their gift, they can see people for what they truly have to offer. They can see the potential in other people. And so when people don't live up to that, disappointment tends to be the thing that pops up for them, as well as if they don't wait long enough to make a decision and they feel like they were forced into a decision, it all comes down to disappointment. So they have to watch out for that. So essentially, the goal of a reflector is to get into environments that make them feel good, and they're proponents for peace and for wholeness in this world. They are beautiful, beautiful beings. Everyone that I know is just, they're just so great to be around. And once you realize what they're doing as far as reflecting their environment, you can really just look at them in a totally different way. So those are a little bit of information about the reflector. So make sure that you go ahead, and if you haven't yet, head on over to the website. We'll link it into the show notes, and you can You can get the free ebook, which is going to outline some of the things that we just talked about, as well as give you a mantra and just all the things. And soon there will be workbooks available that you can actually purchase so that you can learn more about your human design. Or if you want to book a human design discovery session with me, then you can head on over to the website or just contact me on Instagram, email, wherever you want to do it. And we will get that set up so that you can start to embody your human design and really discover who you were born to be.